Welcome back, good people. Okay, so it's time that this is being addressed and talked about. You know, for some time now, I say for the past 8, maybe 5 years, when the playoff committee first began, okay, you had four four selections, and you were able to play for a national title. You know, it's like the Final Four, and then we expanded it. Now, if you notice, there's a number of things that occurred, okay, and you have to look at it like this: Are we not in an era of college football to where the networks are controlling the sport? Okay, this is all making sense now why the NCAA is being pushed to the side. It's all making sense now, okay? First, you had college football, you had its conferences, and it had its regions, okay? And within the conferences, they all made sense. And you had the NCAA regulating, overseeing, with oversight over the college football and basketball, college sports, right? It seems like the monopolizing of college football has occurred through one entity. And before we get into who has monopolized the sport, we're kind of figuring out all the rumble that is occurring on right now at the moment as a result of this, okay? Now, let's go back to the playoff committee, all right? For the most part, only certain people know who the playoff committee is. You know, it's almost like a secret society, okay? You have these individuals in a panel, in a room, voting for the teams that they pretty much like. And the criteria is not available. In a sense, it's always, oh, you'll hear about, well, you know, we chose this team based off of the strength of schedule, or we chose that team based off of who they played, or we chose that team based off of, you know, their support. When it all comes down to, when you look at this, it's usually the teams that 9 times out of 10 are selected based off of how much money they can bring to the table. Now, if you look at how college football was and how we have come to where it's at now, it clearly shows that the network, ESPN, is pretty much monopolizing college football and destroying it, okay? It is being destroyed. How is that so? Because for one, there's no regionality, okay? There's favoritism in the team selections. Pretty much the teams that they have invested are the teams most likely are supposed to get the playoffs spots in the majority of them, so they can continue to generate revenue. And then these teams are rewarded. This is what's happening. So what needs to happen is there needs to be oversight, okay? If the NFL can come in and help, you know, oversight the way this is done, so it can be done like a league, so everyone can benefit. Because look at it like this: ESPN is not an expert in running commissioning a sport. They are experts at marketing and advertising, okay, and broadcasting. That is what their particular expertise is, not particularly making sure a product, you know, have regularity, and that, you know, there's oversight and within the actual particular program. So we can't leave ESPN to destroy college football, or should I say, have oversight in the regulation portion of the sport. And that's what's happening now. Okay. So with that being said, we want to make sure that there has to be some establishment with the oversight of across the board, how many teams, how many automatic bids, for each conference, and it has to be the same. Okay, so that way these programs can play each other and let the best team win. It's not up to us as an individual to decide what we think should be best. We should let the record state what is best and put them all on a platform and let them play each other and compete and let it all be on the field. I don't understand how a committee, a group of individuals, could get some piece of paper that instructs who should and who shouldn't be in the playoffs, and then they vote within that class of people or group. And this is what's been happening all year long. They're manipulating the selection with the rankings and who they think should be in. And if you go back to what is motivating this, it is clearly because there's an interest, an invested interest by ESPN for this to happen. And that's what's happening. And you're cutting out all of the competition. And that's what's happening. And guess who's getting robbed? The players, the students, the athletes who are working hard on the field throughout the year, putting their health at risk, investing in their time, all to be denied. And that's the issue. There must be some sort of, and I'm asking the NFL to come step in and help in regards to this matter so that this can change. So college football can flourish and be healthy. There's enough money for everyone. There's no need to be greed. There's no need for one network to monopolize the sport and destroy college football, because they have been doing a good job at doing that thus far. I think I heard or saw a video to where it was stated that, they destroy baseball and all these other sports that they got involved in. Well, guess what? That's what's happening right now to college football. And I think it already happened to the NBA. The only product that is left untouched that is being successful is the NFL. Now, if we want college football to survive and flourish and continue to feed the NFL must come in and form some form of regularity, because that's what's missing from college football. ESPN is driving this thing to the wall. It's creating no interest. Okay, people are just, like, when this happens, when it's time for playoff time and you're not giving these conferences equal shots at competing on the field, you're ruining it. You're making it to where people don't want to tune in. And you're doing this because money, and we can't expect them to be able to do both of these things. There's only certain parts that they can do. So with that being said, this is a video for you guys to think about and look into. But once again, don't forget to go to the website, www.size-11.com. And till next time, just think about, what's going on right now with college football. Have a great day.